What's up, guys? Welcome back to Train Sim World 3. My name is Scott. I'm a real railroader. We're going to be running an oil train today on the Cajon Pass. Also, it's game day. It's NFL Sunday. I'm excited. Patriots are playing the Steelers. It's game 2 of the season. So, I'm not going to say much more. Let's go. We got 12,369 tons, 89 loads. I'm guessing by... I don't know. And 5,467 feet. All right. Ooh, and it's dark. Can't see anything. That's the light that turned on? Okay. Need those. Need that. Need that. I can't see a dang thing. I'll turn this light back on. Turn that light on. Turn that light on. I don't want the visor. Alright, this side doesn't have a thing. Okay. Well, we have 4 units on the head end and 2 on the back. Okay. So I gotta do this dumb thing. Alright, we're forward. Headlights on bright. Can turn the lights off now. Make sure they work. And indeed they do. Let's see if 6 locomotives can get this started without me having to go. Looks like it. Let's see if it tells me EOT move, considering we don't actually have one. And there's nothing that shows up on the screens that shows me anything about the remote. Like, I don't know what it's actually doing. So if for some reason on the engineer's side this light actually doesn't have a like a dimmer. This is cool, running a midnight oil train. I really thought that would turn on the big dome light, though. Oh well. Okay, so we're going to Victorville, so most of this should be an uphill run, I think. Trying to go crazy just yet. Got an email from Burger King. I don't need it getting up over 30 just yet. What did I say our length was? I just wrote it down on my thing. 54, 67, 5,500 feet. What was that? Here we go. Wide open. Wow. Draw distance is great. I can't even see the whole train. Let's take a look at, I don't know, the train going by something. Get a shot of it running by right here. I think that'll work. What do you think? Is that a good spot? I'll even turn off my camera for this one. Back to the task at hand. We are running a oil train with 6 locomotives that struggle up a 1% grade. Makes sense. Yep. I don't understand why they couldn't program rear headlights. Dovetail. If you ever see this, locomotives like this need to have their headlights on. In fact, light locomotives also need a rear headlight when you're using them in the yard. So, just saying. I think most of the way is 55, if I'm remembering right. Can you use the little box that flashes red, or do the headlights have to be on? Also, welcome it, Wargoon. You can put an EOT on a remote unit. On a practical sense, you don't need to. Everything is communicated through the screens. Like, I should be seeing a screen that tells me something about what that locomotive back there is doing. The standard practice in that is the rear headlight is on. So when it's set up, somebody will just turn the headlight on dim back there. Maybe I'm able to go do that, but the way the game is set up, that would actually require me to walk the entire train just to turn it on. Where, I mean, if they could program it to, if you know it's a remote unit, like it could be programmed to already be set up with that. And that's kind of my thing. It's like, if you program the train to have remote units, why is that not already a thing? But also, like on light power, if you're in the yard, you would have your rear headlights on dim as well. Well, the rear headlight control on the lead locomotive doesn't turn on the rear headlights. Now where I work, the CN locomotives actually also have a red marker light that can be used in place of the rear headlight on a remote unit. Sometimes I've seen it where both are on. You don't need them. But we actually have like an actual red light that people will see, like, oh, that is the end of a train. So, it's one way or another, there needs to be some sort of light that just tells trains behind you that's the end of your train. And going back to distributed locomotives, I talk about this a lot. I talk about it, I swear, in every stream and every video. Anybody that's played this game, they set up their remote units to work, have done it through here. That, for some reason, the radio is used for that. That's not the case. You literally program the screen to show the distributed power button. You programmed the other buttons on the screen to work. Why can I not check the status of my distributed locomotives through there? So that is one of my biggest. Also, all this stuff here, wheel slip, PCS open, alert, unit alarm, blah, blah, blah. None of that is visible on a GE screen. This is a hybrid of a GE locomotive screen and an EMD locomotive screen. So, they just, I'm guessing nobody just paid attention. They're like, oh, I like these. Let's do the best of both worlds. But if you want to sell me a realistic simulator, go prototypical. I mean, to me, that's the bottom line. Be prototypical, not like, hey, what if, this is what it would be easier for, like, trains aren't meant to be easy. I mean, my train here, like I said, I wrote this down so I don't gotta keep up. I have 12,369 tons of oil in this train. It's not meant to be easy. And other stuff on the screen is just useless, like, that consist there that doesn't register any other locomotives in it. When you do actually have an EOT, there's no numbers or anything like that. Just those are some little features, obviously. They don't affect gameplay, but like you can add these little touches. We're on Train Sim World 3. you can add these little touches. I think, personally, and this is probably why they'll never, sponsor my videos or whatever. They were too focused on dynamic weather. And it looks great, but it's not everything. Sounds are another thing. They're not the greatest. And I know people have already made sound mods and everything. I haven't downloaded any. And the game needs more variety, I'll say. Variety in everything. Because, like I said, I work for the CN. I worked today, and I watched multiple trains come in with BNSF power. And, a mix of power. Yeah, job types too. I mean, they should add a little bit more to it, but like I did one switching move on a thing where it's like, hey, move 16 cars from this track to that track. Hey, you did it! That was a scenario. Like, guys, there's more to switching than moving a cut of cars from one end of the yard to the other. I am a conductor, by the way, but I have been a locomotive engineer at other railroads. I've been railroading for 8 years. I started in 2014. Oh, now there's too much. Now the train's gonna speed. I've enjoyed it. I like what I do. And where I'm at this point, there's no getting out of it, really. It has to go completely upside down for me to have to leave the railroad now. But also, speaking of variety, guys, add some variety to the traffic out there. How many school buses are going to be driving around with their lights on at midnight 38 in the desert? I don't know. I think maybe it's because maybe they're not an American company. There's not as much attention to detail. Yeah, I've seen cars floating. I've seen cars going through the concrete. Fix some of the details, man. If they're going to be trackside like that. Look, a school bus just popped in. It's got its red lights on. Now it's got yellow lights. Like, it's midnight 39. Why is there a bunch of school buses out? Also, something they could do is a track profile. They know what all the grades are that they built into this game. Give me something, some sort of document, something I can look at so I can plan what the terrain is going to do. That little thing in the corner, by the time it starts telling me something, it's too late. I'm already on the descent or the incline, or like, if you want to make this useful for people, another thing you could see is like, now these are just like features you can add. They're not necessary, but it'd bring it more to life. Add more AI traffic in the yards. Like, I've come through the yards and I see nothing going on. On a busy railroad like the BNSF, there's stuff going on in the yards. Yeah. And that also goes to the variety thing. Variety in freight cars. The freight cars are so limited. You know? There's always auto racks and containers and tanks and boxcars. Where are the rusted, beat up, smashed by front end loader gons? Where are the scrap cars? Where's the coal? This train makes no sense. How is it on some 0.7% grades I don't gain speed, and some I do? Blah. Sorry, I keep like looking at, like, if you see me looking down, I'm looking at my phone. I'm watching the time. I'm hoping to get this done before kickoff, which is noon my time. So I got 31 minutes, and I'm 24 minutes into this thing, into the stream. It says it's a 40-minute session as long as it runs. So, I don't know if you're being serious with the. Okay, I thought you were just being a wise guy. Now I can't keep speed in notch 6, but I was just speeding in notch. What is happening? Let's go find somewhere to look at the train for the stream, for the videos and all this. Whoop. Didn't see that coming. Whoops. We'll just ignore that. I got the horn signal off in time. Don't worry about it. I feel like anything worth it. There's nothing out here. I mean, it is a desert after all. Hey, look, a signal. When you go through a crossing, it is a long, short, long. The rule states that it has to be sounded no less than 15 seconds and no more than 20 seconds before entering a crossing. So it's all based on your speed on how you sound it. I did give, actually, if you want to check it out, I have a video on YouTube that is demonstrating all the different horn signals. So if you want to give that a look, it goes further in depth about if you go to, hey, thank you for the follow, Wargoon. If you go to youtube.com, look up AFMAST. I personally don't have a link available at the moment. But I have about, I think 4 or 5 videos right now of Train Sim World 3. And there's one titled How We Use Train Horns. And it talks about the crossing, what going forward, backwards, all the stuff that I could think of off the top of my head in that, like a quick 2-minute video. Let's see, let me see if I can find the link here. See if I can find it on my phone for you really quick. Am I still going downhill? I am. Is that me holding the bear? My user image? Yeah. That is me holding a plushie of Banjo-Kazooie. There's the link for you. Okay. Where did all this come from? Where did all this downhill come from? I don't remember any of this. Watch, I'm about, yep. Start going in dynamics, instantly go back uphill. Whatever. It's only 2 over. Nope, somehow in idle it's still gaining speed. Oh my god. Go for it. Absolutely, go for it. That would be greatly appreciated. Honestly. No problem. I appreciate you sharing it. Well, I'm just glad people are finding that video useful and enjoyable. I was surprised that I even had people commenting on it, like, I have no idea why this was on my my suggestions, but here I am, and I learned something new. Yeah, I've been at this for a little while. We're playing the Steelers in Pittsburgh. So it'll be a interesting game. It's the first game since, what did they say, 1998? That a Patriots-Steelers game will not feature Tom Brady or Ben Roethlisberger. So that shows you how many seasons it's been since we last played them, too. Right? So it should be a good game. I want to say this is the only time that we I think we only play them one time this season. Here's another look that gets me on the thing I was talking about with variety. They have one type of road locomotive. It's this. They all look the same. They all have the same 3200 series numbers. I honestly, I don't even know if I've seen a 3200 in real life from the BN. Definitely not one I remember using. But guys, they had dash 8s, dash 9s, ACs, 44s, all this stuff. And then, you know, then they're like, oh, well, we're making locomotives. You can buy individual locomotives. Like, this is a big American freight railroad. They got SD70s, Max, ACEs, Jeeps. You know, you got the SD40 in here, but and they're never combined. You know, like a lot of times on a train, now usually on a unit train, this is probably more accurate, but on mixed freight trains, they move things a lot, like power moves. Did that just tell me I got it running? How? I haven't touched the throttle in quite a bit, and it's raining. That's the other thing about their dynamic weather. Every session it rains. It doesn't matter what you're doing. I mean, obviously it's a real life thing, but just, guys, it doesn't need to rain every time. Where are the wipers? I can't see a damn thing. The fact that I have to stand up and look at the light that way to do this. I haven't had ridiculous fog. I did have one session where fog rolled in, and it wasn't horrible. But like, I hope so, because look at, I can't even see the rain this way. It's raining. Hey, there's the rain. Look. No rain. Rain. No rain. Rain. No rain. Rain. What is that? And also, look at the sky. That's a quiet zone. Look at the sky. Why is it raining? Like I hope they do an adjustment to it, because it needs it. It's BNSF has like speed restrictions on their key trains. Yeah, it'd be, sure would be nice. Really? So none of mine from 2 have actually been brought over because I didn't buy 3. I downloaded 3 through Xbox Game Pass. So it I don't think I can transfer my Steam stuff to this, which is sad, but I don't know. Maybe when it goes on sale on Steam, I'll buy it that way. That way all my DLC gets transferred over. But something they appear to have changed from 2, which I'm very thankful for, is it was like every time you started whatever session, you get on a train, you had to cut in the air brakes on a completed, like a full train. The train's already together. They'd make you cut in the air brake system. If that was the way it was in real life, no trains would move. Like, you should never have to do that. So they seem to have changed in here. But that's why I didn't play it on Game Pass. I had a feeling it wouldn't work. I have a bunch of DLC. I gotcha. Yeah. I don't have a bunch, but I've definitely got enough where it's like, guys, there's got to be a way. Maybe, but one thing's for sure. Being on an American freight railroad for that purpose is not something they're going to allow. It seems that in Europe and other, like the UK and other places around the world, they're more friendly to letting people near their trains. Not us. We, like the trains that they run, I've noticed, they're tiny. They're friggin', they just fall in comparison to what we do. Like a 12,000 ton, 89 car train. Hey, look, it's raining. The rain in this one is actually really bad on this session, by the way. This is the worst the weather has looked. This is the worst anything has looked. Like, did you see that? I'm not sure what's going on. I guess so, yeah. One thing I don't understand is like when I try to walk, it's run. I have to hit shift to walk, which is kind of usually the other way around, you know. I mean, yeah, I guess if I could play this in like a VR scenario. Oh, can you? No. Like, I'd have to really see this in like a VR scenario to be like, oh wow, this actually looks like I'm next to a real locomotive. But, I'm sure, like, the absolute basic gist of everything that they do when they create this game, it's, you know, for the casual player. They're not... Their target audience isn't people like me. That's for sure. So, all the nitpicking I'm doing, that's not who they're trying to find. But if they want to boast being the most realistic, there are things that you should do. Running freight is different every time. Like, this isn't a bad... This is a pretty decent train because it's pretty much a unit train. Not 100%. It's obviously got it's got the buffer cars and whatever, but trains are different every time because different freight cars have different brake systems. And yes, they all work off of the air, but they're all designed differently per car. So they're going to respond different. Where is this crossing? Alright, I know I passed a whistle post, but... I don't see this thing. I cannot see with the lighting system. Is there actually one? I didn't see it, but there's another. What am I? What is happening there? That's the first I've seen that. Like, the freight car was not rendering right. But that's the first time I've had that. This is the first time I've had an issue with the rain. I think it has something to do with this specific scenario. Oh, great. That's something they should work on. You know, normally climbing any sort of hill would help you. But now the brakes don't want to beat anything. Do you? That's wonderful. Yep, made it. Not bad. 46 minutes. Okay. Well, that's going to end it for this episode. Thank you so much for watching. If you're on YouTube, please like, comment, subscribe. If you want to see more Train Sim World 3 content.